Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Take on Tottenham. My name is Ben, and this is my take on Tottenham. And full-time result: Tottenham 2, Wolves 0, and it's finally brilliant to talk about a win again. Not that it's been like a massive wait for one, but it especially after the disappointment of the Leeds result, I think it's good to see a bit of a reaction. Was it the best performance of the season? No. But a win's a win, and let's get into it. So first half, the starting lineup, Japhet Tanganga in for Serge Aurier. Apparently was a hamstring injury, a late hamstring injury for Aurier. We'll see about that, if it rules him out for the rest of the season or not. But I'm always happy to see Tanganga in the team, the starting lineup. I think he's a really cracking young player. I think he's definitely going to get better as time goes on. I think we don't really know where his strengths lie because he is a centre back. His position is centre back. The issue is that when he sort of started coming through the team in the season that Jose joined, in the season that Poch got sacked, Jose started playing him out in the right back position, and he was actually quite good at it. He had very impressive performance against Liverpool in his very first debut performance. Absolutely, we lost the game 1-0 against a Liverpool team that was absolutely on fire, but he did a great job holding, keeping Mane at bay, which in that season in particular was no mean feat. And he had a really good run of games at right back. Now, he struggled with injury a lot, sort of this season in particular, so we've not really seen too much of him, but I'm always happy to see him in the starting lineup. And to be honest, over the right back options that we've got between Doherty and Aurier, I'm more than happy to see Tanganga have a fair crack at the whip at that one. So I think he's a cracking player anyway, but I want to see more of a starting position for him, sort of more regularly. But I thought he had a great game as well today. In all honesty, I thought he did great. So that was I think the only change. We had Dyer still in the team, Lo Celso still in the team as well, and I think I would say Reguilon's still in the team in the sense that if there was a chance to rotate these players, I personally would. Dyer, Lo Celso and Reguilon. Problem with Reguilon's position is he's kind of our only fit left back. The only other one we would put in there would be Ben Davies, but obviously he's still injured at the minute. But I still think Dyer, I don't think warranted a starting spot today. Lo Celso as well, I don't think warranted a starting spot. And once again, Ndombele was on the bench as well, which was a bit, I don't know what's going on there, but I don't think he started a game under Mason yet. And if he has, it's going to be like one, I think. But Dele, Son, Bale, Kane, all up front, the Fab Four as we like to call them. And Dele was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic today in general, but I thought Dele was really, really, really good today. I thought he was good with his defensive duties. I thought he was good with his attacking duties. And not the same one that we saw in the first couple of seasons when he joined, when he was absolutely on fire. Considering the season he's had, I thought today was brilliant. I thought it was a very scrappy sort of first half. I thought Wolves had a very solid defence today. I thought they'd done their homework. They were closing down Kane quite quickly. Bale, while he had a good game, was struggling to get past Semedo at times. I thought Lo Celso didn't have a great first half either. I thought he was really struggling, and again, that for me, the position that he plays in, I thought we would have benefited more from having Ndombele in that position. My thoughts on him. I think he links play up so well, and he could just skip through anybody. He can skip through like 2 or 3 players at a time. He just has this knack for shifting his body weight, very similar to sort of a Moussa Dembele that the guy had magnets in his boots or glue or super glue or whatever. The ball just seemed to stick with him. And then finally in the first half we got our goal, and it was a very for a game that I'd say Spurs on the whole deserved to win. They peppered the goal at times. Hit the post I think 3 times today. Patricio had a very good game. Even though they lost, he had a very good game. And the first goal was just route one. It was just route one. I thought Højbjerg, he picked it up in midfield and he just did a long through ball through to Kane, who just took it around Cody. Again, another player who had a great game, took it around him, just slotted it in the back of the net. But like I said, just route one stuff. Sometimes simple works, I guess. Second half, Delhi, I thought carried on brilliantly. There was a chance where he was running through on goal. I think Bale was going to the left, Kane was going through on the right. He held and held and held, and he fed it perfectly through to Kane, who had the shot. Again, Patricio, brilliant save, tipped it onto the post, came back to Delhi, then he shot, also hit the post. Don't know how we didn't score, but just from sort of seeing that sort of stuff, that's what I want to see from Delhi. That's all I want to see. I want to see him getting in positions, creating the chances, and even trying to get a goal himself. And, unlucky today, might not afford, another game might afford that way, but that's what I want to see from Delhi, and I thought he was brilliant. Speaking of brilliant, as I've already said, Patricio in the Wolves goal, fantastic today, really. I thought he was pulling off so many good saves for Wolves. Between him and Cody, I think those two in particular kept the score down. I thought Cody was on fire as well today for Wolves. We managed to get our second goal, pretty much kind of killed the game at that point. Reguilon, a player that I've criticised a lot recently, and I think justifiably so. I think defensively been very poor. I think attacking wise, it's not something really to question. He's got the skill to attack. We all know that. He's got the speed. He can whip in a really good cross. He can get into those really good positions. But I think, obviously, the position that he plays, he needs to defend as well. And I think what we've seen before when he started with us defensively doesn't really compare to where he is now, because I feel like his defensive qualities have really dropped off a cliff face recently. I think he's been very exposed, and even today there was chances that Wolves had where I felt where they're attacking down their right side, I felt they'd been given too much space because Reguilon was out of position. It's kind of a Serge Aurier trait. But offensively, I can't criticise. I thought he was brilliant today. He was very threatening. And obviously, I'd say the goal was made from Reguilon's hard work. I thought he was excellent. The ball looked like it was going to go out for a throw, I think it was. He sort of won it back, then won a tackle, and he got up straight away, bombed it towards the ball, did a little bit, crossed it in, crossed it back to Bale, who took a first time shot. Great save by Patricio. It fell to Højbjerg, who just rifled it in, had a bit of a sort of easy goal to score, but still, rifled it in and got his goal. And I thought as well, Højbjerg was brilliant as well today. Honourable mention for him. Been a brilliant player this season in general for Spurs. I think in the last couple of months not to say he's been playing bad, but I think he's not been as intense as what he was like when he first started with us. But I have to say, probably due to tiredness, the dude has literally played every Premier League game this season for us. So I think he'll be having a well-deserved holiday once the season goes, and then back on it again for pre-season. But I thought he was brilliant as well today, Højbjerg, and got a deserved goal. I just felt again like I've still wrote it down. Dyer, Reguilon, defensively just not doing it for me. I thought Adama Traore, had he been a bit more clinical, had Wolves been a bit more clinical, I would have felt we would have been punished a bit more today. I felt Dyer really struggled with Traore a lot today, and I'm sure the win will mask over it a bit, but I just felt like every time Traore went up to Dyer, like he sort of left him like sort of looking where he was, sort of thing. I just felt, that if he'd been a bit more clinical, whatever, it could have turned out bad today. But obviously, it's all hypothetical. I felt Sonny had quite a quiet game. He was getting in some good positions, but I felt Sonny's main problem today was he was dropping really deep, and I felt like that actually affected. It affected things, us going forward on that left side in particular. I thought Bale did a brilliant job getting forward on that right side. And like I said, Semedo for Wolves had a great game, but keeping it away most of the time. Not saying Bale didn't get through at all, but Bale was getting forward a lot, whereas I felt Sonny was dropping back quite deeply quite a lot. I just felt like that kind of basically sacrificed going forward on the left side for us. Not that it mattered in the end anyway, but that was just a little note there. Man of the match, I'm going to have to give it to Dele. I know they gave it to Cody on Sky Sports or Højbjerg if it was for us. And I thought, like I said, both had great games, but I really have to give it to Dele. I thought, guys had a very rough season. And I think now that he's getting a bit of starting the games, a bit more game time, I thought he was excellent today. I thought he like I said earlier, he's doing everything that I want him to do. I want him to. He plays in the number 10 position. I want him to be threatening at goal. I want him to be, also getting back as well, like doing defensive duties as well, which I thought he did. I'm not saying he blocked every shot and he was tackling every tackle, but he was getting back when he needed to. He did a lot of defending on corners. And like I said, he had Patricio not had a really good game, he probably would have got a couple of assists as well, if not a goal. So I think it's one of those, but I thought it was a really promising performance from him, and for me, I give him the man of the match for that. But like I said, honourable shout out to Højbjerg because I thought he was fantastic as well today. So I'm going to end the game. I'm going to end the video here. The next game, it's the penultimate game of the season. What I will say is, while Champions League football top 4 mathematically still possible by 1 point, I think it is. I think we're 5 points behind Chelsea in 4th, and with 6 points to play for, 2 wins. So it's probably virtually impossible, but you never know. But let's be honest, it's not going to happen at all. What I think is important for Spurs is still to fight for that 5th, 6th spot. I'm not too interested personally in this Europa Conference League, whatever it is. I think that's a bit of a silly idea from UEFA, but I think Spurs should definitely, you've got to fight for as high as you can try and get, and if they can get 5th and wrap up Europa League, it's, for me, I know a lot of people rant about it and moan about it, and trust me, it's not, it's not a trip out to 5,000 miles away is not as glamorous as a trip to Real Madrid or the Nou Camp or Juventus or whatever. I understand what people's issues with the Europa League are, and a lot of fans would rather not play Europa League. They'd rather have the season free of Europe so they can then go on and have a really good season the next season. For me, while Europa League, like I said, it is a bit of a tough watch at times. For me personally, it's a trophy to play for. It's a route into the Champions League. So, and I think Spurs absolutely owe it to everyone to try and do better than they did this season, because they will still be kicking themselves against that. Was it I can't remember who we were playing. Was it Dynamo Kiev? I think they will be absolutely kicking themselves at that performance, and it was one of the killer performances in regards to Jose leaving the club as well, I think. So like I said, for me, it's a trophy and it's a way into the Champions League. I want to see us go for it next season, and I want to see us push to be in it next season. So 2 more games left. We've got to just keep winning. I know it's a simple ask, but we've just got to keep winning and see what happens. By all means, a miracle could happen, and Liverpool and Chelsea could not win a single game to the end of the season. I highly doubt it. You know, you never know in football. I doubt it, but you never know. So yeah, 2 games left. Next game is Aston Villa. It's at home, our last home game of the season, on Wednesday at 6 p.m. I understand there was a planned protest. I can't remember if it's still on because they moved the games around, but that is the last home game of the season. I also believe that they're going to be unveiling the next season's home kit for that game, which they never really do, Spurs. They always reveal it at some point in the summer before the season starts. We're usually one of the last clubs to reveal the kits. But yeah, I think that'll be interesting. So I'll see you guys in that video on Wednesday night. And just before I go, I want to say a really quick thank you to everyone who checked out my Leeds United video. I don't know why. Look, I'm gonna be frank with you guys. First season doing this. This is coming up to the first full season of doing a football fan channel type thing. And while I'm not at all in the grand scheme of YouTube, like racking up massive numbers and stuff, you know, I've seen videos that have completely not got any views. I've seen videos that have got a lot of views, not a lot of views, but a couple of hundred, and that is it means so much to me to do this, because like I said, I'm not getting anything out of it. I'm just a guy who supports Tottenham with a notepad, and my Leeds United video for some reason has turned into my most viewed video on my channel. I've gained loads of subscribers from it, not like hundreds or anything, but I've gained some subscribers from it, and loads of comments as well. A lot from Leeds fans. I'm fairly certain most of the comments are from Leeds fans, but it's been really cool to have other fans coming on and seeing stuff and reacting and commenting and stuff, and it is really cool. I like that some people criticise the video, some people agree with my points of view, and that's what it's all about. We're all here to share opinions and stuff, and it's just been really cool for me to sort of keep seeing every day since that Leeds video went out, to keep seeing new comments, you know, seeing the numbers keep going up, and it really, you know, it was really cool to see. So I just want to thank anyone who checked out that video, anyone who commented, anyone who subscribed from seeing the video. Just a really massive thanks, and yeah, we'll see where we go from here. I'm assuming this one won't do so well because Spurs won. Obviously, we all like to see the opposition fans have a meltdown after a loss. So had we lost today, I'm sure it would have been more successful for the views and stuff. But here we are. So, but yeah, I just want to say thanks for that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. So hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate any support. If you like what you see, hit the like button as well. Leave me a comment. Like I said, I always read the comments. I'm always interested to see what people say. And let me know what you thought about the performance. Like, who was your man of the match as well? Because like I said, I said Dele. A lot of people say Højbjerg. Let me know. So I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be Wednesday. And apart from that, have a great day. And as always, come on, you Spurs.